We're teleported back to a different time, another world. We're back to BB Live Show. We're gonna pretend like you're in Florida and then reveal that you're at South by Southwest with us.
Exactly. That was the mystery South by Southwest. We were the missing one that happened this time.
Oh, that's right.
Number one, Brian. This is our first Night Attack happy hour. Can we talk about a little bit more of what our idea here is, like what we want to do with this?
Yes, I believe our entire battle plan can be summarized in a 2-word mission statement, which is show up. We intend to, during this crisis, when everybody is hungry for a community and everybody is hungry for hanging out together and everybody is hungry and also trapped at home, it's a little thing we like to call a captive audience or shooting fish in a barrel. So we would like to shoot those fish and show up for you guys much, much more often, including a little, a little happy hour. Start your goofing off the workday right.
I think, yeah. So theoretically, what I would hope, and we'll see, obviously this all is coming together, in real time, and we're all trying to make our schedules align. But I would love to have something around the 5 o'clock East Coast time live here on the channel. What I want is for everybody that's here talking with us right now, when we're done, head on off into our Discord, right? And you can continue those conversations, continue the voice chats. I would love, what I would really love the most, because I think that we were natural at this, especially back in the BB Live Show era and the early NSFW show, was that people would just hang out on Hangouts afterward. That once the party was kind of officially done from what we were doing, we always had such an amazing audience, or such an amazing community, that everybody wanted to keep that party going. And so if this is 5, and I know there's a lot of people that those that do have gigs that are working from home, you're having a hard time drawing that line in the sand of when is work time, when is you time. If we're here, which we are right now, we're a little early, but fuck it. What is the boss gonna do? Come arrest you? Cheers.
Cheers. Here. What are you drinking today, Gerbs?
Man, we are fucking old podcasters if we're doing the what are you drinking bit.
But that's a stated goal, because in the early days, BB Live Show was like turn it on and we just couldn't get enough of it. We used to go so long on BB Live Show that we would break Ustream and it would not be able to handle the file that was longer than like 6 hours long or whatever. And so there's only fragments of it remaining around. But then as we, went on a network and we tried to polish up our comedy show, the idea of just kind of, having waterfall television just constantly on became less appealing, and we wanted a targeted strike and have it be polished. And we've talked about, for the main Night Attack show, if we're in a world where late night talk shows are just going to phone it in quite literally and just do the lowest fidelity crap, then we might as well up our game for our policy. Like, if you guys aren't going to do it, we will. And
yeah,
so,
it's like, by the way, we're doing stuff that's on ESPN right now on Stickam a decade ago. So it's like, if that's the realm we're playing in, brother, boy, howdy do we got stuff. And holy crap, I already see so many amazing people. Timmy Allen in the chat. This is just great. We do want to make this as podcast friendly as possible. Hopefully we put it out into the podcast feed so you guys will have it. It won't be as long as the normal episodes are, but if we can do it and you guys like it, then there we go. But by and large, this is just going to be a time where we can hang out and talk about stuff.
Yes. So I guess that's the goal, is the show itself ups its game. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night, we've got Mike TV going to be joining us. We're going to have an in-house band trying to gussy all that up. But then this is sort of the lower fidelity, just bullshit and stuff. By the way, Senator, you've been dodging the question. What are you drinking?
Oh, shit. All right. Deschutes Fresh Haze IPA.
Wait, is that
haze is the new thing?
Yeah, I'm medium on the haze, although I do like IPAs. The haze has just a little bit of a sour note that I'm not crazy about. I tend to like, the more bitter, crisp IPAs. Is that an Austin local one? I thought the Deschutes was.
Deschutes? I'm all right. Before I look, I think it's Washington State.
Okay, Deschutes IPA, and let's see. It says here
Bend, Oregon. So
Bend, Oregon. Okay, I guess it's just popular here in Austin. Whereas I am Independence Brewery Stash IPA is pretty good.
Yeah, if there's one thing, thankfully, I live. Our corner store has a fairly luxurious spread of good beer, and then I'm around the corner from the Whole Foods, which the one thing that hasn't totally evaporated is the beer supply.
Are you going to the grocery store, and do you feel any complicated, guilty feelings about doing that?
No, I don't. I've gone twice now. We're in effectively for us week 3 because Ashley got sent home to work before the official order came down, and we were one of the earlier orders nationally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel bad because I'm looking at myself as practicing for the aftertime. Like, do I have a pit in my stomach more than I would every other time that I went to the grocery store in the before times? Yeah, I do. But you want to know what? That's something that I'm gonna have to get over. And so in between there, praise be Dr. Fauci. I think of all of my CDC.
Okay, so you have to have been talking about this on politics? The fact the cult of personality, the hero worship of Fauci the Great.
He's Norman Schwarzkopf. Like, there are this role has existed. I do think that he is an incredibly important person because for whatever reason, people that hate the president, of which there are many, I'm sure many of you listening hate the president, they trust him. And so it's like, no matter what, if there is a mouthpiece from the federal government that can do this well, I am not going to get in the way of science communication or health communication. I think he is doing a good job. But you are right, man. There are just, in crises, there is always the star. And he is the star in America for this crisis.
Yeah, dude. Well, and it was to the point where I watched some interview on CNN, and the guy got, 80% through the interview, and then just casually says, as you're talking, I've been checking my tweets, and everyone wants to know if you're okay because your voice sounds really hoarse, and you're obviously very tired, and is everything okay, Fauci?
I mean, by the way, he might do our show. He's been doing the randomest shit. Like, he did the Jesus and Mero show. He did Seth Curry's Instagram Live. Like, it is just random stuff. But I think that's good work, man. If you can just go out there and literally just say, wash your hands. And so that's that. When I go to the to the grocery store, I feel like I can because I'm going to follow the hockey stick distance as they have in Canada, right? I know how long a hockey stick is. I'm going to not touch my face. I'm going to wash my hands before I leave. I'm going to wash my hands afterward. And you want to know what? I'm going to understand that that's the best I can do. There
is this, like, the entire time when I went to the grocery store, it's like you just in your mind solidify the idea that these hands are radioactive and everything is poison. And then it's like, do you think we come out changed, like with global OCD, or do you think we just forget about it? I guess if we've made the change to this point, we can make the change back.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's going to stick and what's not, because to me, I can see us getting back to socially distanced, like, restaurants, right? I can see us getting back to maybe the gigantic bar. No, the bar that has, seating for 30. Maybe they just say for the next 6 months, it's 15 and we'll fine you if you have more than that. But I can't see us going back to like, I don't know, Dragon Con. I don't think Dragon Con's going to happen. Well, do you think a Dragon Con will happen this year? Twitch Con?
Yeah, there'll be some version of it, smaller. I don't know. Let's speculate that on in a bit. What I'm dialed in on is there's gonna be some moment that is gonna be the equivalent of that Times Square kissing war is over photo. There's gonna be some moment when the word on the street is we can fuck, and then everybody's gonna be getting wet. It's gonna look like fucking Zion out there. Everybody's just gonna be rubbing everything they can on each other.
I mean, yeah, I certainly think that there is going to be that moment, like at the point that we get the like, all right, all restaurants and bars take your capacity and cut them in half, but we're gonna open it up. Uh, then there gonna be some people opening it up, like that to me will be the moment. I don't think that like it will be the people who need like it that will go get it, but I don't think that there's going to be a starter's pistol for the world.
Well, if there is a starter's pistol, it will be when tests are ubiquitous and very cheap, and you can take it multiple times, and you can walk around with a big old hand stamp that says, "I am okay to kiss randomly."
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is a fact. And I do think that we're not going to get back to normal until we're in a world where non-systematic tests happen all the time. Right. Like that you can just do that all the time. That's what gets us out of it. That and quarantining areas. Like, man, can you imagine like if one of us were in New York City, like that's because like I think that they're gonna get walled in, fucking Snake Plissken style.
Yeah. Oh shit, is that Escape from New York? I never saw that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. No, this is gonna be rough. Like they already shut down effective for all but essential travel. They shut down, like Newark and JFK and LaGuardia, or at least they advise people not to do it. I don't know how stringent the advice is going to be, but dude, it's nuts. Quarantine can be crazy.
Well, and like literally crazy, like going stir crazy. That's why we were talking in the Weird Things podcast about the possibility that a VR major expense would be justified as a pure mental health initiative. And the more I think about it, the more I think, yeah, go out and at least have the sensation of going outside.
Yeah, I'm walking. Are you? I mean, well, you have your own private property. Like you can matriculate through the outdoors.
Yeah, but I'm still not walking as much as I should, and I guess I don't know. I am aware that I'm phoning it in on the health side of things. I haven't set a goal the way you have. By the way, how's the thermometer, the road to 19 treating you?
Oh, dude, I haven't even checked. I'm just giving myself permission. Look, it's the COVID-19, baby. You want to know what? Shredding is for when I can go outside.
Can you jog? Do people jog around the lake?
Yeah, in fact, the problem is now that what I would normally do is, the area that I'm at, there's this nice lake right in around, it's adjacent to downtown Oakland. But normally, it would be for the health nuts would be running around the lake. The lake's about 3 miles. It's roughly a 5K depending on where you start. So you can do the whole thing. It's like a nice little way to start the day, between walking it or running it. Now, constant. It's just nothing but blocks of people that are all doing it because that's the one nice, pretty thing that you can do. So running the lake has become, as I have heard and observed,
and it's an unwinnable video game. It's Doom on nightmare mode. You just can't dodge all of those people.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, because now are you gonna it's one thing, right? You're running and you're behind somebody. You already have the situation. They might have their earbuds in. Like, at what point do you do the thing? And then you're running behind some dude, and then you start like trailing to the right. Then he starts trailing to the right, and then you start trailing to the left, and he starts trailing to the left. I don't know what it is that like people's brains get screwed up, but imagine that plus 50 people, and they're all paranoid that somebody running or sweating next to them is going to get them the plague, and that makes me not want to do it.
Do you think you could get away with making this is a word that hasn't aged well, a viral video of one of those human-sized hamster balls and just run around the park inside that? Do you think? Yeah, because they have them where you like battle each other, running towards each other. But imagine just running around inside a hamster ball.
You could probably do it. You could probably make that work. I guess really, I don't know. Have there been a run on hamster balls on Amazon?
Well, I think CJ might have some like for the because he does novelty games and stuff.
Okay, here we go. Oh, look, it's $127.82 on AliExpress.
Hey, separate thing. Somebody mentioned The Matrix. Have you been watching Westworld?
No.
Okay, look.
I found myself having little desire to watch it. Is it good?
Look, man, you and I both know that's a rattlesnake, and you should not pet a rattlesnake. And then when you pet that rattlesnake, it turns around and bites you 2 or 3 times in a season, and you're like, "What are you doing, rattlesnake? Well, what is that, crazy?" But then, like, your job is like you have to pick up a rattlesnake. You don't have to pet it. You don't have to love it with your heart, but you do have to handle it. And so you pick up that rattlesnake, and it gives you them come hither rattlesnake eyes, and it just sort of winks, and it just says, "Well, what if for 3 episodes straight I didn't look so much like a rattlesnake? What if I looked like the Matrix? And like I bared no resemblance to the rattlesnake that bit you all those times that you pet before." And then last night, and it was like, what if I also had the guy from Breaking Bad? What if also I shed that skin of that same set that they keep wedging into everything? What if I just, put on these doughy eyes? And I'll be damned if last night I didn't kind of feel a little bit like petting a rattlesnake.
I guess that's the thing is nothing I've seen has made me be like, oh, I got to do that. I got to get back into that thing. Because I guess also it's like I was trying to replug my brain into, okay, why do I care about this show? And all I could really remember is just like Jeffrey Wright and Anthony Hopkins just all going like, well, I believe that a brain is really a mind. And somebody else going like, well, I believe that a mind is really a brain.
Well, man, I guess reverse spoiler. I'm going to tell you what's not in the first 3 episodes. Any of Westworld at all, or almost.
I thought that, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of into the cowboy shit. Like part of the reason why I liked the show when I liked it was when there was cowboy shit, and maybe now there's cyberpunk shit, and maybe I'll really, really like cyberpunk shit. But I guess I just don't know if I'm going to really like the fact that now they're in an upscale Blade Runner cocktail bar saying, I don't know, a mind is a brain. I disagree. A brain is a mind.
So here's another thing that's not in Westworld. I think this might be an accurate number. 95% of the cast from the last 2 years, or from the last 2 seasons. Like, imagine if you took only 5 characters and you made them each with a clearly defined motivation, and you set them loose in a brand new world. Look, man, I don't want to. I know I shouldn't pet rattlesnakes. I understand. No matter how cute them googly eyes, I see you, rattlesnake. Those are googly eyes over your snake eyes. You're not fooling me, except for I'll just pet you just a little bit because. Yeah.
So you're saying, you are enjoying the rebooty elements of it.
Hey, I didn't say I pet no rattlesnake. I'm going to say, let me put it this way. If I were to imagine a way for that show that I hate watched to somehow become something that I could like very much, eliminating 95% of the cast, carrying only 5 characters, moving it outside of the entire background of everything that came before, not fucking with me with intentionally obfuscating what you're trying to say and giving everything double meanings.
Yeah.
And make it a simple story that I absolutely could grok by episode 3 with a clearly defined good guy and clearly defined bad guy, or at least something I can hold on to, a clearly defined wild card. And essentially, and I will spoil this, they essentially set up this is the Matrix. The entire outside world is everyone has their station in life programmed by an AI, and nobody can make it past their station in life. And that's the big reveal by the end of episode 3. And so I'll let you guess who the character is that wants to smash that system and recruits Aaron Paul. And he gives himself over heart, soul, and mind, a former soldier who couldn't make it. This is a very simple, straightforward, badass story. I think I'm in.
All right. When there's that 30-minute conversation of
Is a brain a mind or a mind a brain?
talking all that brined.
Brined. I mean, I'm just petting it a little bit.
All right, here, Brian, because I do want to do this often. So I want to do maybe a little, not a game, right? Because that's what we do on Tuesdays.
Mhm.
But I just want to see here. Entertainment. I want to bring up a story here for you. Maybe we'll do a little news.
All right.
Drake is in the news.
Sorry, I was going to say that's what you do at happy hour. You talk about the news.
Talk about the news, right? Drake is in the news. You have any guesses on why Drake would be in the news? International recording artist Drake.
Yes, he's very upset about the use of his likeness in the Carol Baskin meme about cologne and sardine oil.
Drake is in the news because he has shared for the first time pictures of his son. If I tell you that this is a big controversy, do you know why this is a big controversy?
Because his son might be more handsome than he is?
Well, no, although his appearance is another vector to this, but no, 2 years ago, Drake got into a war of a battle, a rap battle with another rapper, Pusha T, in which, in one of the most brutal moves in the history of rap, Pusha T revealed heretofore unknown public knowledge that Drake had fathered a child that he was not fully claiming as his own, and called him a deadbeat, and said that it had happened when he knocked up a French porn star. Like, it is one of the most brutal moments ever. And since then, Drake and the mother have kind of come, to an agreement. And now, for the first time ever, Drake has posted on his Instagram pictures of his young son.
This is where I start dancing very carefully, because I lack the ability to know what hearsay in my mind came through legitimate sources of gossip and which I know from behind the scenes gossip involving people who have or have not publicly claimed yes, paternity. So let me just say, I understand that a lot of people are cautious about acknowledging paternity in public.
Yeah, and I guess Drake was in a situation where that was the case. He got into a rap battle with the wrong dude. That dude decided to make international headlines and kind of checkmate Drake into, like, what do you do? Get more personal?
Well, I mean, that is definitely a bluff called right there. Like that's an atomic shotgun in the sand.
But yeah, there we go. 2-year-old son Adonis. The pictures were there, and I guess there's a little bit of online controversy because Drake is a mixed race child, and the mother is white. So this baby, boy, really white.
What was the book? There was a guy making the podcast rounds that I listened to him on Sam Harris's podcast and another one as well. But he was already, like, he looked very dark African-American, born in France, I believe, married a Scandinavian girl. And when he was talking about, like, he grew up biracial. I don't know if that's even an appropriate term anymore. But when his daughter was born, she, from appearances, just full on was white. And so he, by appearances, looked full on black, and he had a daughter who was full on white. And so he ended up writing this book about the experience. Man, it was so fascinating. But unfortunately, I don't think anyone else has. Yeah, that's right. Healthy Normal. The guy was on the Sam Harris podcast, and I wish I could access the story. But dude had a fascinating perspective on race and the conflict, the sort of fact that we all objectively state that we want to live in a post-racial world where your race matters no more than your hair color, and yet that's difficult to square, to reconcile with this current wave of identity politics. This idea that oh no, you need to, one drop of black blood means you're black or whatever. And of course, I ain't qualified to chime in on any of this, but I did think it was a fascinating perspective, and the dude was a cool interview. Thomas Chatterton Williams is what people are saying.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds legit. What kind of fucking ding dong has 3 names though?
I guess an assassin. He's out to kill race politics.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Drake thing is like, it's so amazing what makes news now. Like the whole threshold for what is newsworthy is just so ridiculous. Like I mean, where are you at on the whole what's it called? Sing and Imagine thing?
Oh, I could not bring myself to see it because it seemed a bit radioactive. Like having a public take on that one way or another wouldn't benefit me. So I never even saw it. Maybe we should watch it. But the book, by the way, is called Self-Portrait in Black and White. Thank you very much, Healthy Normal in the chat.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Do you want to do Cringe Rodeo?
Yeah, I guess. All right. Imagine. Are you going to post it in the chat or?
No. I just want to see the time code on it so we can do an over and under and everybody can pick their over and under.
Oh, at which point I tap out?
At which point? No. I just want the first moment where you need to pause and talk about stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I need to not know this. So here, I will run to the restroom while you.
No. Yeah. So, well, first I got to find out the thing. Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I've got it pulled up.
Right,
it's from.
And just let me get the time code.
The whole thing is 3 minutes 1 second.
Okay. And all right. Yeah. So you go into your soundproof booth.
Yes.
And I'll try to figure this out.
Okay. Here, I will be back momentarily. Oh man.
All right. So what we're looking for is Brian with the first moment where he's got to stop it. Not when he's like, I'm not watching anymore, but just where he's like, we got to talk more about this. We will go with Mitsula's Vegas over under 35 seconds. So 35 seconds is the over under. Are you over 35 seconds or under 35 seconds? That's what we're looking for. Over or under? Over 35 or under 35? There we go. Now we got it going. Now, here's the key. There's a little preamble from Gal Gadot. If you haven't seen this video, this is Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. She recruited a bunch of her Hollywood friends to sing a cappella Imagine by John Lennon. That's what she did. Now, there's a little bit of a preamble there, so that might eat up a lot of the 35 seconds. I'm seeing a lot of unders. Also, for the record, if you enjoy this video, then please go search out, and somebody might be able to pull the date or the episode. But Kate Raft, friend of Night Attack, Kate Raft, does a podcast called Celeb News Ride Home, where the day that this came out, she went and investigated a lot of fun stuff that I'll bring up when Brian watches. All right, Brian, we have an over-under.
Okay.
So here we go.
I'm not going to see what it is.
Yeah, there's a way that we can see the time code on the video as you play it.
Okay.
I guess you really can on Instagram. So here, hold on.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, here, it's right at the bottom, I believe.
Okay, gotcha. All right, yeah. Let's just be able to see that time code because people have gone over under.
Okay. So I'm not looking at the chat. Oh, doggone it. Okay. Dang it. Perfect. Okay, got it. All right, watching it now. Hopefully audio works.
Hey guys. Day 6 in self-quarantine. And I gotta say that these past few days got me feeling a bit philosophical you know, this virus had affected the entire world.
So far,
Everyone.
this seems like a fairly unremarkable
Doesn't matter who
Instagram
you are,
shower
where
thoughts
you're
moment.
from,
Yep.
we're all in this together. And I ran into this video of this Italian guy playing the trumpet.
There's definitely a
Alchemy.
billion celebrity at
to
tags
all
on
the
this.
other people who were locked inside their homes. And he was playing Imagine, and there was something so powerful and pure.
Here, I'll show the
Um,
54
we are-
seconds.
this video.
Pay me over.
Uh,
Here, pause it now. Pause it now.
Okay.
Guys, I am putting it at 1 minute 15 seconds over under. 1 minute 15 seconds over under. A minute 15 seconds over under. Right now, minute 15 seconds. Go over under minute 15.
Okay, so keep in mind, nothing seems fairly remarkable. Like if you just sent this to me, I'd get this far in. I'm like, what is this? Where is this headed?
and it goes like this. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
No hell below us.
Above us only sky.
Oh, God damn it, that was the moment.
Over by 3 seconds. By 3 seconds.
Okay,
Over.
because that's the moment when I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, where is this headed? And it took me a while to recognize, because everybody is, has shitty lighting. They're all using their phones. And it took me a while to even figure out what famous people these are, that I'm like, oh shit, these are famous people. And then that moment that I just hit pause was the moment that I was like, oh fucking Christ, are they even in the same key? Like, did any of them agree on what the key to singing is?
No, they didn't. They all just figured they were going to solve coronavirus by sending a video to their assistant so their assistant could send it to another assistant.
Well, and plus on top of that, Imagine is an inherently divisive, acidic song. It's wrapped in a saccharine melody, but it's saying, fuck you, there's no God.
I mean, it starts off with Wonder Woman like smiling in that movie star smile, like, imagine there's no heaven. And it's like, that was controversial. Like, this is not just like a universal, this isn't Happy Birthday, right? It's
Right,
not like
right.
Everybody loves this song.
Okay, I gotta keep going.
Imagine all the people
living for today. Yeah.
Imagine there's
All right.
no kind.
Okay. Like, okay. Turns out there's many types of pitch, not just the musical pitch. There's a tonal pitch to detached irony. From like Gal at the opening is laid it all out. Like, I'm doing this because this feels good, and I want to help. Sarah Silverman, not so much. She's doing it like
you can imagine in a different universe that there's the moment for the like talent. The comedian does their talent. The like I'm off key, but it's funny because I'm coming in with a bunch of other on key people. When you mix in the actors who can't sing and then the singers who can sing, she's just a random famous person who's doing a thing. Like, there's no differentiation of like, it's like, oh, here's Michael Jackson and Billy Joel and Elton John and now Rodney Dangerfield. Like, that would be
which,
like.
by the way,
another-
shockingly close to We Are the World. Do you know, we might have talked about this 10 years ago on BB Live Show. Have you looked at the cast that gathered to sing We Are the World and noticed that there's Rod Stewart, there's Michael Jackson, there's Dan Aykroyd somehow in the mix on that?
Yeah, which, God, who was I talking? It was on a podcast I was listening to. It was talking about that like, if he was gonna do it, he should have come as Jake or Elwood.
Or Elwood Blues, yeah.
Should have come in the fucking outfit and been the character. Like,
Well,
guy has a place in music history, right? The Blues Brothers are somebody that was an iconic music movie.
But
So
that
I
was
guess-
after John had died, so it would be a little bit like showing up in costume. I think like he had no solo career to justify him being dressed as a Blues Brother, and the Blues Brothers were a unit. So
I mean, tell that to Blues Brothers 2000. But
well, yes, but like it would be like either Millie or Vanilli showing up in their crazy get-ups, you know, like clearly.
But understand, you're pointing out weirdness. But what's weirder? Millie showing up without Vanilli, or Millie showing up and saying, "Hi, I'm Gunter."
Okay. No, that's fair. Or imagine like Chris without Cross or something, just showing up with the backwards pants.
Oh, hi, my name's Dennis. I'm gonna be singing on the song. Like, no, you want Chris or Cross? Yes, you'd love both of them, but you only get one.
Is this worth watching the rest of? Am I gonna?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It isn't hard to do.
Man, dude, that's a dude who gives no fucks. He's like, I got my own nightly show, assholes.
Also, you want to know what? Where would you guess that is taken?
It looks like Central Park, according to, but he doesn't. Wait, is he in New York? Yeah, he's in New York. No, he's in L.A.
No, he's in New York. He's in New York. Central Park would be my guess too. But thanks to the tireless detective work of Kate Raft, Jimmy Fallon owns his own forests. So this is him most likely walking through his own forest.
Singing about no possessions and stuff. Wow. Okay. All right.
Keep going.
Okay.
Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion.
Okay, I can't figure out what the. Hold on. Wait, if you are gonna call dibs on the and no religion too, what sass, what topspin do you give on that line? Like, do you just be all like, yeah, also fuck you, there's no God, like, or what?
Yeah, right? Like, do you like pay homage to that? Do you try to skip by it? When you get texted that, you're like, oh, fuck you. You didn't make Fallon say this. Like, what B fucking shit do I have to swallow?
All right. That's a good point. They probably should have agreed on a meter or a rhythm or even a genre of how they were singing.
Do you know who that is? The one singing now?
You know what? Even if I did, I feel like it's so unfair to go from the way the polished version of celebrities to the unvarnished one. I probably do, but don't.
Well, no, she's actually even more so. That's Sia, who normally like obfuscates her entire face. She like, has gigantic wigs that cover her whole face, so she never really shows her face at all. But apparently she wanted to sing some shit into her bathroom mirror.
So in the chat they're saying, you know, nothing captures the spirit of Imagine like showboating vocals.
Doing the full Christina Aguilera fucking like 9 scale walking up and down.
All right, here we go.
You're almost there. Imagine you finish this video.
You may say that I'm a dreamer,
But I'm not the only one.
Oh, that was Linda Carter.
Someday we'll join
See, at this point, I'm just numb
and the world
to the tonal shift.
will live as one.
Imagine no possession.
Okay.
I wonder if you can.
I mean, to be honest, right call, Pedro Pascal. Yeah. I mean, that's the move to make. It's like, I'm the goddamn Mandalorian. I'm just gonna say this shit.
No. The move would be to do it in the Mandalorian helmet, right?
Oh man, that would be a rights thing. Oh man, I wonder if he's contractually prohibited from putting on the Mandalorian mask and singing from inside it.
Coming for the fucking Imagine video. Disney's not coming for the Imagine video.
Oh man. All right.
No need for greed and hunger. Brotherhood of man.
sharing all the world. You, they may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm.
That was the only part that I genuinely loved. Is I don't even know who those three girls are, but they acted like
that. That's Clara Davini or whatever, and then there's like she's staying with a couple people, and I know all of this because of the Kate podcast. But yeah, I think that's an actress, her girlfriend, and their friends.
I'm not the only one.
I hope someday you'll join us.
man. I mean, I don't want to say it, but seems like then that would have been a good moment for a key change, baby. If you don't get that joke, we're not friends, and you haven't watched the the big sexy Valentine's Day special. All right, and then it ends up with is it Gal Gadot? Got?
I think it's Gadot,
But the emphasis is on the second syllable, right?
and it's not dough.
Right. It's definitely not dough. I know that much.
Yeah, it's Gadot.
Gal Gadot. Gadot.
Dote or Gadot? Are we doting or are we dotting?
We're doting on that dot.
Just make sure you dote the T.
All right, Big Jim. Big Jim has been hitting me with this copy link location.
God, this is why we were able to go for 6 hours back in the day. People just send us some shit, we open it.
Goddamn right.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Oh shit.
It's easy if you try.
No hell below us.
Holy shit! What a heroic effort.
Imagine all the people.
This is remarkable.
Living for today. It isn't hard to do.
Nothing they kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living for today.
This is Charles Cornell, by the way.
You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
Someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Goddamn, I'm gonna call that right there. That's a miracle. That's what it's like to have actual talent, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? When does that happen?
I mean, talent's so good that you can fix other people's. I don't want to say lack of talented. They're all talented people, but an uncoordinated jumble of clips. Wow, that's pretty good. Key change Olympics.
Hey, by the way, Rita Wilson, of course, husband to Tom Hanks, now calling herself a COVID-19 survivor and are back in Los Angeles. They had gotten sick in Australia.
Oh, that's gonna be, man. You want to get laid? You get yourself a little wristband that says immune, says done with it, positive on the other side. Let's go. Nothing to worry about here.
Man, you have definitely like cornered the market on how to fuck before, during, or after the coronavirus pandemic.
Look, man, I'm just saying it's okay. The human sex drive is so powerful. It's designed to cause us to fuck during famines, during wars, during literally anything terrible you could imagine. And I gotta feel like there's only so far Stay-at-Home Hub can take us before people start wanting to get out and crush the genitals of their choosing.
So you're just betting the over.
Oh yeah.
You're like, no matter what, like you're just saying, like, in terms of fucking, whatever that over under is, Brian's betting the global over.
Yeah, yes. I'm gonna say whatever the gamble is, I'm gonna bet on General Crushage.
Shit. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can find any other.
Yeah, we got a few more minutes here. I like this. It's hard to keep it to just an hour, but it's kind of fun to be totally unstructured and just keep this shit afloat. Hey, we talked about playing some Hearthstone. Are you serious about getting back on that, lads? You gonna jump on them, lads?
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Send me that deck, and I'll.
You want me to whip out my dick so you could grab that lad?
Yeah, whip out your dick so I can examine it, and then I'll grab the lad.
And then and you'll start just grinding. You'll grab that lad and start grinding.
I'm gonna see whether or not it fits into my collection, and then we'll see whether or not I'm gonna grab the lad.
There's no more Snip Snap, right? No, it's Ziliax. No. I think Ziliax is out.
Gotcha.
Ziliax somehow came and went without ever getting nerfed, buffed, or changed in any way. And I guess that's probably the same with Leroy Jenkins.
All right, here's some final news here to go out on. Disneyland and Disney World will remain closed now indefinitely because of coronavirus. Maybe is that the cultural moment? Is the moment that Disney reopens the moment where we're all
man, you thought that they were Woodstock babies? Get ready for the rise of the resistance of that tight pussy around cocks. Like, are you kidding me? Oh God!
How are you so horny? Can't bring back the fucking right now. You are a fucking. You are like a shark. Like all you do.
Everybody. You know that while they're closed, everybody's running around Rise of the Resistance trying to be the first park employee to bang on it as it goes around.
I think they're allowed. They're not allowed out of the park.
Oh.
You're saying somewhere people are like, we still, our key cards, I think, still work, just in case for emergencies. Like, you say me and you go and fuck on Rise of the
Yeah, Whiskey Wolf is
global plague, but also you want to fuck on Rise of the Resistance as it's not operative.
Whiskey Wolf is saying Brian watched Tiger King and saw that cult compound with that dude having all them wives.
Oh my God. I was hoping to get into one like 5 minutes out of it, but we're back to fucking, I guess.
No, it's fine. But the answer is yes. I think that is when we will know our cultural healing has happened, is when we're ready to go back to the mouse.
Because that's the reason why they would shut down. They're not shutting down because they don't like money. They're shutting down because they don't want irreparable damage to be like, oh, I kept getting sick at Disney and now the commentary is all don't go to Disney unless you want to get sick or something.
Well, also, I was thinking about this earlier today. What kind of investment do you think they've been making in terms of upgrades? All that shit that they were going to get around to doing? I mean, I don't know what kind of giant sacks of cash they had laying around, but I would absolutely bet the bank that when they open, they're going to have some massive surprises. And it's going to be like a quinceañera where it's just like, oh my God, I did not expect this at all.
Oh, they're going to have a big...
Like a whole bunch of tweaks and upgrades and polished stuff. And it's like the headline that they have to aim for is Disney World is back and it's literally better than ever. From all of the hardcore fans, like, wow, this used to be kind of rundown. This used to be this way. They added this surprise. That's going to be the Easter egg thing, is all the shit they added.
I mean, I guess that's the other thing is that will there be a billion different Save the Clock Towers? from your restaurant down the road to Disney, like, is everyone going to be in the exact same situation where now we're all free? We might not have as much money as we did, but at least now we have our free will to spend it how we want. Save the clock tower, come to this thing, support this thing, do this thing, because otherwise it might go under.
I think we start to see that the moment we get on the other side of the curve. I think that right now we have not experienced the peak. And to be honest, I don't want to say that's when we start fucking, but that's when we start dating, is after that curve. Like once we're on that downward slope.
How long does the dating in Brian Brushwood's carnal, lust-filled explosion that happens post-disease, how long is the dating period?
As the father of a 16-year-old girl, I hope it's 7 years. Oh.
Man, you really walked yourself into that corner, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I hope they get to hand holding somewhere around 2024. they maybe have a smooch around the time that Trump's is starting his third term.
All right. Well, guys, this is a short stream, but the goal is that we just do this more. We're going to aim for around 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock Central time. But the goal is that we just show up more. And
hells yeah.
So how about this? Number one, can we get some information on the Discord? If you just like hanging out, then head on over to our Discord. Let's set up a voice channel, a little happy hour voice channel. People can jump in there. People can jump in the Discord and just meet each other. Let's get that human contact.
That's
Diamond
bit.ly/NA Discord. That's NA for Night Attack and Discord as in chaos that ensues when nobody gets to fuck.
But that's the goal, is that we just keep kind of doing these. We do these more loose streams, but Brian's got a call here now. So we are going to bounce. I will see everybody on my channel tomorrow morning. But until then, I don't know. Do we have a sign off, Brian?
Fuck you. No. Let's have sex.
Fuck you. Let's have sex.
Diamond Club hopes you enjoyed this program.